Hey everybody, I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter break and you enjoyed your time away and you enjoyed your week off last week. We're closing out the semester, so if you have any questions about assignments, please let me know. I'm happy to help. As we close out this semester, please remember that this class is more than a grade, and I hope that you've taken away some main components of the course, nutrition, physical activity, stress management wise. And looking into this week, I just want to share a few points with you and try and help you be as successful as possible. So, for this week, just talking about chronic disease and thinking about those things, making sure that we're aware of what cardiovascular disease is and that it is something that affects not only the heart but your blood vessels as well. So, thinking about those things and what cardiovascular disease or CVD stands for. Also thinking about the different types of cardiovascular disease and making sure that you remember that stroke, hypertension or high blood pressure, coronary artery disease are all part of cardiovascular disease. So please understand the components of that. And I also want you to understand the difference between atherosclerosis and arteriosclerosis and make sure you're putting emphasis on which one hardens your arteries and which one kind of clogs up with fat. Noting the two differences between those on coronary artery disease. Make sure you're also aware of the recommended blood pressure. I hope everyone knows by now that it's 120/80. That is the healthy standard set by most people, most professionals anyways. And then also understanding the difference between benign and malignant cancer. So understanding that benign is simply a tumor within your body that the cells are growing at a rapid pace, and that malignant means that it is cancer, and malignant is never good news to anybody, although a tumor is never good news to anybody, but malignant is especially not good news. So those are the main pieces that I have for chronic disease and understanding that you should always know your family history. Like I say in your PowerPoint, that you should be knowledgeable about basic nuclear family diseases that could be passed down to you. If you're interested, they do offer genetic testing. I'm not sure if I don't think it's covered by insurance unless you have some sort of genetic component in your family. But they do have that available for you if you're interested in that, and it kind of will give you a detailed version of, again, your genetic history. I've not done that yet. I'm supposed to, but I am personally kind of avoiding it, and that's just my personal decision, mainly because I haven't decided how I feel about knowing precisely genetic factors that could impact me and create very difficult decisions. But on the other hand, I appreciate those decisions and fully aware that I should be supporting that for you guys. So that's just my experiences and what I will probably have to do in the near future. So if you're interested in that, that is available and there for you. You just have to get blood work done. So again, questions about chronic disease, questions about prevention of chronic disease, shoot me an email. Happy to help. Happy to answer any questions that you might have, any concerns you might have, or if you have questions about my personal history or experiences, just let me know. Outside of that, your last project, the last piece of your behavior change is coming up. That is due on Sunday. That is a very big piece of your grade. What you should be doing is assessing your success, your failures. Did I meet my goal? Did I not meet my goal? Why did I not meet my goal? How? I really just want you to think beyond the generic. I really, in these summaries or the second summaries, I really want you to dig deep and I want you to think about all of the pieces that went into this behavior change project and what helped you and what hindered you and what you would have liked to have seen gone better and what you thought went well. And it can be on your end or it can be on my end. That's completely fine. I'm always available for feedback. Perfectly fine with me. But in this process, I always want you to be honest and I always want you to be personally reflecting on what actually happened. I really and truly in these pieces don't want you to, excuse my language, but I really don't want you to bullshit me. If you didn't meet your goal, you didn't meet your goal. Nothing really happens. You don't get penalized, you don't get punished for it. I'm not going to judge you. No one's here to judge you. I just want you to be honest, and I want you to really think about what impacted you and what you're going to take away from that in this experience. And in that personal reflection, I hope you find something that works for you. And if all of the things you did this semester work for you, then tell me about that. Tell me about how awesome it was or how horrible it was, but it worked for you. I just want you to be very self-reflective of that. And I want you to be very honest with yourself and me to a professional extent. You don't have to throw out all these curse words and whatever. Just, you know what I'm saying. Is really the piece of it, of just being reflective, being honest, and being open in that experience. So take a look at that. Take a look at the prompt. 2 to 3 pages, single spaced. If it's double spaced, it needs to be double the length. So 2 to 3 single spaced, let's say 3 to 4 double spaced should be the go-to, or 4 to 5 double spaced almost. If there's anything else that you kind of want to add in there that you just feel like is a part of your journey, that's fine too. If you need clarification, shoot me an email. I'm always available. Outside of that, we'll pick up next week with stress management, and that's kind of how I want to end the semester. Is we kind of have all of the really hard things behind us, and I don't want to say really hard, but the challenging pieces of very literal content that you should know and take with you into the last week of class, and we'll do some stress management things, and I hope that you enjoyed those stress management pieces. And this week for physical activity, I'm kind of leaving it up to you. The weather's supposed to be beautiful from what I've seen, so hopefully you guys get outside, take that hike, go kayaking, go paddleboarding if it's warm enough, and do something that you just want to do. And for physical activity, and hopefully it pushes you to try something new. If it doesn't, that's perfectly fine. We've been trying new things all semester. So I appreciate your time this week, and again, if you have any questions, I look forward to answering them.